What is the ultimate 16-inch gaming powerhouse for 2025? Today, we pit the premium Alienware 16 Area-51 against the stunning ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16. We're breaking down the specs, the screens, and the pure performance to crown a winner. Don't buy a new laptop before you watch this entire video. I've included links in the description for the latest prices and deals, and if you enjoy this comparison, please like the video. It helps the channel a ton. Stick around until the end and you will know exactly which laptop takes the crown. Both the Alienware 16 Area-51 and the ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 2025 embrace distinct high-end design philosophies, yet they diverge significantly in their choice of materials and overall aesthetic. The Alienware 16 leans heavily into a premium, futuristic, and robust build, characterized by its standout liquid teal anodized aluminum finish. Dell describes this color as a dark iridescent that shifts between green and blue tones, creating an undeniably distinctive and otherworldly identity. This full aluminum construction contributes to a substantial, sturdy chassis with minimal flex in the lid or keyboard deck, cementing its feel as a high-end desktop replacement. Design flourishes like the iconic glowing head logo, the rear RGB light bar, and the unique Gorilla Glass thermal bump that offers a peek into the cooling chamber all reinforce its high-end signature sci-fi look. However, the premium anodized aluminum finish is noted for picking up fingerprints easily. Weighing in at 7.49 pounds and measuring 1.12 inches thick, the Alienware is a physically imposing machine, suggesting a clear prioritization of raw thermal management and material quality over aggressive portability. In contrast, the ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 opts for a more stealthy, feature-rich, and RGB-heavy aesthetic, built primarily from a matte black plastic chassis. While the build is robust and well-built, with a soft-touch coating on the keyboard deck to resist fingerprints, it lacks the immediate premium tactile feel and rigidity of the Alienware's all-metal construction. ASUS compensates with unique visual flair, most notably the Anime Matrix LED display embedded into the lid. This small secondary display allows for custom animations and notifications, giving the Scar 16 a digital personality unmatched by the Alienware's design. The ROG logo, per-key RGB keyboard, and a wraparound Aura Sync light bar complete its vibrant gaming aesthetic. At 6.17 pounds and 1.21 inches thick, the Scar 16 is noticeably lighter than the Area-51, though still hefty for its class, making it the more manageable option. Essentially, the Alienware is a heavier, more rigidly engineered machine with a bold, unique color and premium material construction, while the Scar 16 is a lighter machine with a conventional plastic build, elevated by its exceptional and highly customizable lighting and display features. The port layouts and selection also represent a significant difference in design philosophy, mainly regarding cable management during use. The Alienware 16 Area-51 features a robust set of ports thoughtfully arranged to minimize clutter, with most connections placed on the rear edge. This rear-heavy arrangement is generally preferred by gamers and creators, as it keeps power, display, and high-speed data cables neatly out of the way of the mouse and workspace. Its selection includes two Thunderbolt 5, 3 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1, an HDMI 2.1 port, a full-size SD card slot, and the combo audio jack. A curious omission for a desktop replacement, however, is the lack of a built-in Ethernet port, requiring users who prefer wired connections to rely on a USB adapter or dock. Connectivity is bolstered by cutting-edge Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4 support. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16, while also providing cutting-edge connectivity with two Thunderbolt 5, Wi-Fi 7, and Bluetooth 5.4, takes an entirely different approach to port layout. All of its ports are located on the sides, predominantly on the left edge, and unfortunately, some are placed quite far forward on the chassis. This arrangement includes two Thunderbolt 5, 3 USB-A 3.2 Gen 2, an HDMI 2.1 FRL port, and a 3.5mm combo audio jack. Crucially, it includes a dedicated 2.5G Ethernet LAN port, which the Alienware lacks. While the selection is generous and offers faster USB-A ports, the side-mounted cables can easily clutter the workspace, forcing cables to snake around the edges of the laptop and potentially interfere with mouse movement, a clear downside when compared to the Alienware's more effective rear I/O layout. The visual experience representing a trade-off between speed, resolution, and contrast HDR capability. The Alienware 16 features a 16-inch 3200 by 1800 IPS panel with a high 240 Hz refresh rate, 3 millisecond response time, and 500 nits brightness, complete with NVIDIA G-Sync. This panel prioritizes sharpness and fluidity, making it ideal for competitive gaming and color-critical work due to its strong out-of-the-box color accuracy. However, its primary drawback is the lack of HDR or OLED support. While bright and vibrant, it cannot achieve the deep, inky blacks and stunning contrast that high-end display technologies offer, leading to a flatter visual experience compared to its competitors in terms of high dynamic range content. In stark contrast, the ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16's 16-inch mini LED display is arguably its greatest visual asset. While its resolution is lower at 2560 by 1600, it also boasts a fast 240 Hz refresh rate and 3 millisecond response time, along with G-Sync support. The key advantage here is the mini LED backlighting, which enables Visa Display HDR certification and provides exceptional brightness up to 1000 nits in HDR mode, coupled with local dimming zones for stunning contrast. This technology makes HDR games and movies look spectacular, offering rich, accurate colors that cover the full DCI-P3 gamut. While mini LED can exhibit minor haloing or blooming around bright objects on dark backgrounds, it holds the advantage of higher sustained brightness and freedom from the burn-in risk associated with OLED panels. The Scar 16's display thus offers a vastly superior contrast and HDR experience, while the Alienware's panel focuses on ultra-high resolution and competitive speed within the IPS technology limitations. In terms of video conferencing and internal sound quality, both laptops offer features that are a step above the basic standards, though the Alienware makes a definitive statement with its camera quality. The Alienware 16 Area-51 is equipped with an impressive 8-megapixel 4K webcam, which is among the sharpest built into any gaming laptop. This camera captures highly detailed images suitable for video calls and casual streaming, though its color balance can sometimes lean cool. It integrates Windows Hello IR facial recognition for secure and fast login, but it lacks a physical shutter for privacy. The dual microphones perform adequately for meetings. For audio, the Alienware delivers above-average stereo speakers, producing a wide, full sound stage with solid volume and decent bass response, making in-game effects and dialogue clear. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 features a more standard but still capable 1080p webcam, which offers clear images and natural color under good lighting. Like the Alienware, it supports Windows Hello facial recognition for reliable login. The Scar 16's audio system, however, stands out as one of the best in the high-end gaming class, featuring a configuration of front-firing tweeters integrated into the hinge bar and downward-firing woofers. This setup produces a full balanced sound with surprising depth and spatial clarity, making music warmer and in-game effects punchier than the Alienware's merely above-average output. Both laptops, however, acknowledge that external speakers or headsets are still necessary for the most serious listening or professional streaming. The Alienware 16 Area-51 is defined by one of its key input features, the Cherry MX ultra-low-profile mechanical keyboard. This is a premium component that delivers crisp, tactile feedback and a soft yet audible click with just the right amount of travel, making for a precise and satisfying typing and gaming experience that is rare in the laptop market. The per-key RGB lighting is fully customizable through the Alienware Command Center. The system does feature an oddity in the form of an oversized Copilot key beside the arrow keys, which is prone to accidental presses, although it can be remapped. Complementing this is the unique RGB-lit glass touchpad, which provides smooth, accurate tracking and a firm, mechanical click, dynamically lighting up on touch before fading away. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 offers an excellent, spacious keyboard that, while membrane-based, has generous key travel and feels tactile and responsive, despite a slightly rubbery bottom-out sensation. It omits a numeric keypad to allow for a centered layout, which is generally favored by gamers. The vivid, highly customizable per-key RGB backlighting is controlled via the Armoury Crate software. The Scar 16 counters the Alienware's mechanical keyboard with one of the largest touchpads in the category, offering smooth, accurate tracking for multi-touch gestures. Furthermore, the ASUS touchpad incorporates a clever software feature, a toggleable virtual numeric keypad, offering a workaround for the lack of dedicated keys that the Alienware does not provide. Both systems exhibit the inherent weakness of high-wattage gaming laptops. Significantly short battery life, though the specific figures vary slightly. The Alienware 16 Area-51, despite having a large 96 watt-hour battery, managed only 4 hours and 13 minutes in a 4K video playback test. Real-world usage is expected to be even shorter, around 2 to 3 hours, especially for productivity tasks. This short endurance is an expected trade-off for the machine's overwhelming performance and desktop replacement status, meaning it is designed to be used plugged in. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16, with a slightly smaller 90 watt-hour battery, also suffers from limited endurance. Even with NVIDIA Advanced Optimus enabled, which automatically switches to integrated graphics for lighter loads, battery life is capped at 4 to 6 hours for light usage and drops quickly to 2 to 3 hours for heavy productivity. Gaming on either laptop while unplugged is highly discouraged, as performance drops significantly and the battery drains in around 1 hour for the Scar 16. In terms of portability, the Alienware is the heavier and thicker of the two at 7.49 pounds, while the Scar 16 is slightly more manageable at 6.17 pounds, though both are heavily reliant on their massive power bricks and are generally better suited for stationary desk use rather than frequent travel. Both are equipped with the Intel Core Ultra 9275HX processor and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 GPU, placing them in a near-identical class for raw computing and graphical power. Therefore, the differences in performance primarily stem from each manufacturer's thermal design and power tuning, and in this subtle competition, the Alienware system appears to possess a slight edge in absolute, sustained performance. For content creation and editing workloads, the Intel Core Ultra 9275HX platform itself is a multi-core powerhouse, excelling in demanding tasks such as 4K video encoding and 3D rendering. The Alienware system's benchmark results, specifically the Cinebench R20 score of 14145 and a handbrake encoding time of 434 seconds, suggest its Cryotech cooling system is exceptionally effective at managing the CPU's high power draw, resulting in minimal thermal throttling and consistent output over extended periods, which is crucial for long rendering jobs. The Strix Scar 16, while also formidable with a high Cinebench R23 score and rapid 4K transcode times, is being just shy of the top-tier HX chips in raw CPU throughput, though the difference is marginal in real-world creative work. When it comes to pure gaming, the narrative of strong cooling systems translating into high frame rates remains consistent. Both laptops feature the powerful RTX 5080 GPU, and the Alienware 16 Area-51 showcases some of the fastest gaming performance of 2025, even surpassing some competitors with the higher-tier RTX 5090 due to its superior thermal management. Its benchmark results, such as 213 FPS in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 1080p Ultra, and 2960 in 3D Mark Time Spy, position it as a top performer. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 also delivers blistering frame rates, achieving 189 FPS in the same Shadow of the Tomb Raider test, and smoothly handling demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077 at QHD+ resolution. While the Strix Scar's cooling is keeping thermals under control, the Alienware seems to leverage the components to their absolute maximum more effectively for both high frame rate gaming and the fastest possible creative export times. The biggest difference in the user experience of these powerful internals comes down to the display. The Alienware uses a fast 240Hz IPS panel that is ideal for competitive gaming and color-critical creative work, but the ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 boasts a brighter HDR-capable mini-LED display with VISA Display HDR certification, giving the ASUS a clear advantage for consuming or editing HDR content and movies where stunning contrast is paramount. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar 16 wins for its stunning mini-LED HDR display and superior audio. But for the core desktop replacement experience, unrivaled sustained performance from its cooling system, a precise Cherry MX mechanical keyboard, and the best clutter-free rear ports, the Alienware 16 Area-51 is the 2025 champion. You now know the winner, so pick the one that best suits your gaming style.